Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and this is 11th episode of podcast about ACCA. Oh my god, I have never thought that I will come this far to number of episodes on my channel. So today I have another guest, and she is very special guest that I had, and we will be having a lot of conversation around ACCA. And as this is ritual in my channel, that I give my guest equal chance to introduce themselves. First of all, I welcome you, and I would love you to introduce yourself because no one knows better, yourself better than you. So come on, in one
Yeah, true.
minute, how will you introduce yourself to my subscribers?
Sure. Can. Thank you so much, Ruchi, first of all, for this invitation. I am Lavanya here, and if you want to know about me, I'm just a very crazy educator which wants to try out different things. That is very short about myself, but to be the professional part of myself is actually I'm a founder of Warrior Consultancy and Learning.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I do have clients for accounting, tax, and certain amount of audit as well. But my passion is all the time to teach, to guide students, to motivate them, and to be to a certain extent a mentor, but in a fun way. Yeah, that's a little bit about myself.
Wow, that's so amazing. So, in case you all are wondering as to how we met through LinkedIn, and that's the common platform where we, got to share this idea of the podcast. So, what by time I'll tell all the viewers that she is Malaysia as of now, and by this time it is 7 p.m. according to your time. So, how
Yeah.
your day and what your typical day looks like ACCA Mentors Day?
Okay, let me just share with you, Ruchi, what happened today. Okay, because to be very honest with you, my day is never the same. Okay, my day is never the same.
Hmm.
Every day is a different thing because even though I'm actually teaching ACCA students, but
Hmm.
I'm engaged with other projects as well. So, like today, what happened is in the morning I prepared for my diploma audit students. Okay, so diploma studies audit. I just prepared my notes. I was having fun doing some games in the notes and all of that. So that was my morning. After that, I think it was like 30 to 45 minutes. After that, I wanted to have my favorite breakfast, dosa and masala tea. So I went out and had my breakfast, and
Oh,
then I came back again, and then I did some content creation for my LinkedIn and also for my students as well.
oh,
So I do also do videos at the same time. I do have my own YouTube channel, by the
wow.
way. Yeah. So I do interview people every now and then. Yeah. To just add on that, right? So I was doing some content creation. After that, I went for my physical class. So which is like I need to drive from my place
Oh,
to my university. So I drove and then I teach for 2.5 hours. After that, I had my consultation with my students. And then I came back home. Yeah, I was again doing an accounting for a client a little
oh,
bit.
oh,
And then I went into content creation before I went for my meeting just now.
yeah.
Like, yeah, it was like 6 p.m. Malaysia time. I had a meeting. So it's a meeting where it's very casual, chilling meeting. We were brainstorming. Both of us are lecturers for the same subject, audit. So we were just brainstorming and trying to share with each other what are the ideas to improve and all of that. And now I'm having a session with Ruchi. After this, I'm having a yoga class. So yeah, that's my day.
Oh my God, that sounds such a productive day. A lot productive day, I swear. And honestly, a passionate teacher, always has such a ups and downs in day, and each day is different in case you are a passionate teacher, I must say. Because in case you are not passionate, you know this is the amount of study that I need to do every now and then, every each and every quarter. I am ready with the material. So a
Yeah,
passionate teacher is actually, always try to update their study material, always the new techniques that you need to follow in order to do
exactly.
that. So, okay, by now I know that you are an ACCA expert and mentor as of now. So, what are your thoughts about ACCA as a profession or as a course? How do you see ACCA in terms of scope, growth, and how it can be, how it has been improved over years? So, as a whole, like,
Okay. Yeah. I understood your question, Ruchi.
hmm,
So basically, ACCA is very different from my bachelor's degree program. So, for the viewers out there, I didn't start off with my ACCA directly. It was a diploma studies, and then I went into a bachelor's degree, which is a Bachelor of Commerce. And then I took my remaining five papers in ACCA. So, ACCA was a total, yeah, very different for me because ACCA was I would say, one step higher than the degree program that I did in terms of the questions they were asking and the depth of it. Like, if let's say audit, right?
Yeah,
You cannot be just reading the textbooks and coming up or going for the questions and going for the
I
exams. You are definitely going to fail the paper. So it's not like that. It's far more than that. So that is what I see in ACCA. ACCA needs a lot more practical application part of it. But at the same time, I also feel like ACCA would be moving forward with different types of teaching method. At this moment, they have two learning material. One is Kaplan and DPP book.
agree.
But what I heard or what I actually brainstormed with other experts as well, they were telling that, ACCA is improving in terms of their teaching material itself. It's not only going to be this kind of books, it's going to be like, much more fun, maybe slides, maybe games, or maybe some other things that's going to be included in the
Make it more attractive, I
coming future.
understand.
Yeah, very interactive because at this moment it's not very much interactive unless the lecturer make it very, very interactive. Yeah.
Right. I agree. I completely agree with you. Even I am a mentor of AA and AAA. So I basically check papers. I don't teach live or, I don't sell recordings. I check papers and mock and take test series. So I have
Okay.
seen students, mugging up answer and, writing down same answer. I feel like, dude, you need to improvise. You need to, mold your answers accordingly. So that's where I guess student needs awareness that it's more than a bachelor's degree, it's more than any sort of degree that you are already studying. It's one step ahead. As you
Exactly. Yeah. So, Ruchi, did you also did degree and then ACCA? Was it
yeah,
something like that?
so it is Delhi University. I took the degree from there, my Bcom honors,
Okay.
and then I did my ACCA. Currently, I'm working with EY.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Along with
Yeah.
content creation. So yeah.
Oh, same like me. Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay.
So since how many years, you have been ACCA mentor, like just to know more about
Yeah, I started in year 2020. I
2020.
started in year 20 when the pandemic. Yeah, I was during the pandemic. That's when I became a mentor. But my story is very, very different, Ruchi, to be very honest. Yeah. I never thought I would ever become a ACCA mentor in my life. I thought it would be more towards like, working in a firm,
Mm-hmm.
going in a career, like, being a manager, like that. That was actually in my thought. Never I thought I'll become a tutor or an educator or a mentor. Never in my life.
That's
It
something
just,
you already planned or destiny or your passion. Actually, your passion
yeah,
where
I would say passion. I would really say passion, Ruchi. Like,
yeah.
I don't feel like tired, even though I teach for many hours. Or, I mean, at times I do when you're very, very overly working, right?
Physically
Too much
tired.
of it.
Right.
Yeah, physically tired. But then it has always been like, no, I need to do more. I can
Yeah.
actually do more. And it's always exciting. I didn't feel like it's bored.
My
Yeah.
God, that's something very, most of the teachers required at this particular time.
Yeah.
So, since it's been almost 3 years to your journey, you must have come across a lot of myths about ACC, and this is one of the, my favorite question to ask any guest. So, what is the best myth that you have heard, or you would like to, say it aloud that, dude, this is very, very, very false myth that is actually about ACCA?
Okay. They say ACC is the toughest subject like in the world, like that, and I don't agree with that at all
Hmm.
because I believe in this. Nothing is impossible, right? If you are putting the
Right.
right thought, words, and action, you are definitely going to hit that goal that that you really wanted. So I don't really agree when students come and inquire about ACCA for my coaching classes, right? They'll be like, I heard it's very, very difficult. I don't think so. I'll be able to do, can you guide me, like, really, really guide me like a little kid like that? I was like, why are you having that perception? Then when I started asking them, they said, because everyone is telling that. And I said, oh,
Exactly.
that's the biggest myth. Yeah.
In fact, a few students think there are few particular subject, I would say audit, in this particular case, that is very tough.
The most,
But
yeah, very tough.
you already thinking it was or it is tough, it's going to be tough no matter how easy it is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
So that's the
Totally
one
agree.
myth, of course, even I have heard in my own journey. There were a lot of batchmates that used to tell me, dude, how you study and don't you find it difficult?
Some even discourage you. Don't go and do. You will fail it.
Yeah,
You will
exactly.
definitely fail it, right? That's what they told. I was
I
like, my
completely.
batchmates also told me that as well. But I was this very, I think I was very adamant person with my goal. I just that don't bother about whatever says, whatever people say. I just go for it. Then I'll experience myself.
Wow, that's amazing. That's super amazing. And it's one of the myths that we all have been hearing in our journeys. So, the next question, as we want to keep this particular podcast very interactive and very short so that, guys don't get bored out of us and just switch it off, let's quickly move on to the next question. I noticed your LinkedIn profile and I actually saw one of your posts where you mentioned that you have been teaching in a lot of countries, not just institutes, but many countries' students too. So, do you
Yeah,
see
exactly.
any difference among students, like how they perceive ACCA or what are the mistakes that they have been doing? So, what is around, what is actually ACCA around the globe? Because as an Indian, I have seen only Indian students, Indian mentors. So, what's it?
Okay.
It looks like around the globe. Even I am
It's
very excited to hear this.
okay. See, yeah, very true. I never thought I will be international ACCA mentor. Okay. I thought it's going to be like local students, Malaysian students and all of that. But I started getting inquiries from around the world.
Wow.
And one of it, like from South Africa, Indonesia is a group of students I'm really, really closely working with. So if you ask me about the mindsets or how they perceive ACCA, is the same common mindset where they say ACCA is difficult. Everyone has that mindset. That's like a norm now, even though you are from this country, UK, or even from South Africa, or even from India, even from Indonesia. It's the same thing. They are all telling that it's very, very difficult. And I was like, that is a common thing. But second thing, what I realized is actually the mindset of the students.
Hmm.
Because like from those Asian countries, they have a different mindset. UK students do have a different mindset.
Yeah.
And like more towards like Africa, South Africa students, they have a different kind of a mindset. And when I dig down, right, like really to see where they come from or why this kind of mindset comes from, is actually based on the resources they have.
Okay.
Let's say for example, right, like Africans and all of them, if you really know them, they don't have a lot of resources like how we have.
Okay.
They don't even have laptops, proper electricity actually,
Mm-hmm.
and they have a very, very tough time. And that kind of students, you know what, Ruchi, to be very honest, they are 100 times more hardworking than the students here, because
I
they don't have the resources, right? So they
right.
have to go through, they have to somehow, like, let me just give you an example of this one student. She's from which continent again? Let me just recall my mind back. I think she's from Somalia. Yeah, I think so. She's from Somalia,
So my
and there
best
was another.
friend, like even I am very weak in geography.
Somalia. Which continent is that? I forgot. Somalia is the other part of. It's within Africa, but I don't know which
Okay, okay.
is
So
north or south of
broadly
that.
from Africa.
Yeah. And Cameroon. Cameroon is another continent as well. So I
Okay.
have few students from there.
Mm-hmm.
These students, right? What they have, their mindset is very similar. Where when it comes to this kind of ACCA subject, they are going to go all out there, and to a certain extent, my classes will be 7 a.m. Malaysia time, and their time is in the middle of night.
Yeah.
She needs to wake up just to attend the class with me.
Oh my God. Oh my
Really, and she's a working adult. She's a working adult. You see, she's very tired, I could see from her face.
God.
But then she asks me questions, she still focuses, she's still very interactive during the class. So when I saw this kind of students, Ruchi, to be very honest, I am very mesmerized with the level of determination they have.
My
Even I don't have that. I don't
I
have that.
agree. Even I don't. Honestly, I would never
I
sacrifice
don't
it.
have. I'll be like super tired. I'll be like, I want to go and sleep. But
I agree.
see, these kind of students are super hardworking. The level of, I would say, I think it's the willpower they have is very, very high.
Very
It's
hard.
very high to become someone. They say because they are country in a manner where everyone around them are not developed, they are still struggling and all of that. So they want someone from their family to be someone,
Right, right,
to
right.
be someone there. So that was a very, very amazing story. And recently I went to Indonesia as well to teach physically there. All this while was virtually. So when I went there, their mindset is also very different as well compared to Malaysians.
Okay.
They are equal. They are more hardworking. They are very, very hardworking, and they see ACCA like a platform for them to go globally,
Right, right.
global careers. Yeah, yeah. I mean, so far the mindset of the country itself actually affects them. That's what
Honestly,
I.
till now, I have been hearing this, ACCA is a global recognition, many, many, many times. But this is
Yeah,
the
very
very
nice, right?
first time that I realized that it is actually a global recognition where, people are so, so, so hardworking to get this particular degree. Like,
Exactly.
hearing your perspective makes me feel like I got it very easily, to be very honest, with a lot of resources and everything. But seeing their struggle is something to be on next level. It's like amazing.
Yeah,
It's
yeah. Even for me also,
speaking
Ruchi, it
of
was very
global
easy.
recognition.
Yeah, it was very easy even for me to learn ACCA because so many universities, so many
Right.
academic, so many institutions actually giving this program, but there they don't have that. Yeah,
Wow. So, guys, please be thankful of whatever resources you have, be it YouTube, be it seminars, be it your, study materials and everything, because there are a lot of thousand people who don't even have access to it and are struggling to get this.
correct. Yeah.
Right. Oh my God, this was very insightful. Best podcast of my life till now. So,
Yeah, more questions,
yeah.
Ruchi. Yeah.
So, my next question would be like, you shared your experience and you traveled around the world for the ACCA. So, how ACCA helped you as an individual? You could have been, mentor of any other subject or any other course or professional degree. How ACCA helped you to, build up to this particular level?
Okay, to be very honest, Ruchi, I always wanted to become an entrepreneur. I never wanted to become an employee. That wasn't my goal at all. So when I was looking at programs and all of that, I started talking to a lot of people. Hey, how can I become an entrepreneur? And they said, you know what? It's about numbers and all of that. You can do accounting. So I was like, okay, I do accounting. And then my teacher was telling me, Lavanya, I think you have a bright future. So probably you should also try ACCA. So when I started trying ACCA, right? The goal to become an entrepreneur becomes closer
Right,
because now, I mean, especially now, I'm already an entrepreneur.
right.
I
You
am
are.
teaching students on my own. I have my clients on my own, and I am actually my own decision maker, my own boss. I don't like the word boss, but I mean I'm doing on my
Of
own, right?
course, of course.
That is an entrepreneurship I felt, and keeping adding value to the people around me. That's what I see as an entrepreneurship. So yeah, ACCA actually made me realize that this is possible.
So in Crips, it's actually, made you one step closer to your dream of becoming entrepreneur.
Exactly.
This is how it
Yeah.
actually contributed. Very nice. Actually, for my I started like after 12th ACCA. So that time it was just a suggestion coming from somebody else and I following it blindly, to be very honest.
Very normal. Yeah.
Yeah. But now
Yeah.
when I see as a, employee of EY or as a content creator, ACCA has given me a lot of knowledge that I would have, not gained from my bachelor's degree or from any university. So it's actually keeping me up to date, to be very honest, through its syllabus,
Yeah.
everything. So
And
yeah,
also the global part of it, Ruchi. Yeah.
yeah.
ACC actually made me to, I mean, I never knew that I would become an international figure at all. I never knew. I thought I'll be someone
I
just in
become
Malaysia.
two one day.
Yeah, yeah. So definitely, I mean, I wish you the best. So that kind of international figure and all of that never was in my mind at all, Ruchi, to be very honest. But it just at the back of my mind, there is a goal. No, I'll achieve that someday. But
Yeah.
it happened so fast with ACCA.
Wow, wow. It's like best coming to you with ACCA wrapped in it. So, I'll just combine two questions together so that we, come up with a rapid fire round very quickly. My
Quickly,
first
yeah.
question is, as you already have discussed about the memory, another very short memory in your ACCA journey as a student, what was your favorite memory? And as mentor as today, where do you see ACCA in next 5 years? I know these two are totally unrelated questions. You can give it.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, I'll put it like in
Yeah,
one
yeah, you can
sentence,
take your
something.
time. I just put
Yeah.
both the questions together.
Okay. So, ACCA, when I was a student, right? I mean, a good you're asking me a good memory, right? Like
Hmm.
a very good memory of it. I would say my internship.
Okay. From where
My
did you?
internship, yeah, my internship during my ACCA period, where like it was, I was doing my ACCA, but at the same time, I did my internship as well. So during that internship period, is actually, to be very honest with you, I was a student who just learned to pass the exams. Okay, I wasn't a student who wants to learn because I want to learn that subject to improve myself on a daily basis or to add value to people. It wasn't like that at all. It
Okay.
was about passing the exams. That's
90%
all.
of students.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But internship brought me to the next level. It
Oh,
made me to think to next level. Like, Lavanya, what are you doing the last 4 years?
right.
What were you doing? Why you were wasting so much of time? You could have done so many things, so much of learning, but you didn't do all of that.
Right.
So for me, that internship period during that ACCA journey was like really mind blowing. And after that, everything is history, Ruchi.
Wow, wow.
Yeah,
Actually
yeah,
amazing. It's sort of similar to me. Actually, when you see all these substantive procedures being performed as an auditor and you perform it yourself, you see it, dude, it made sense. Actually, it made sense. I was
right.
cramming everything. It's actually very obvious, and now it has become very habitual working in EY.
Yeah, exactly. So another question, right? So ACCA in next 5 years.
Yeah.
So I feel like ACCA is going to really bring in a lot of IT stuff inside the learning materials itself. And another one is also, I feel ACCA is getting prepared with the Gen Z,
Hmm.
the generation that's after
Right.
2020s, and they're very fast and they think very differently. If we are the same way of learning ACCA like 20 years, 30 years back, I don't think so we would be able to catch the attention of the younger generation. Because younger generation, if you really know it, right, Ruchi, because I'm working with the younger generation now, right, my students and all
Right.
of that, they want something else. They don't want the mundane thing. They don't want something like, oh, I go there, I just check this, blah blah blah, and then come back. No, they
Right.
want something else. They are looking for value. They are looking for passion. They are looking
Right.
for their. I mean, I feel like they need their heart to be there at their work. So ECC needs to somehow engage that audience, that younger generation.
I agree.
So yeah, and I feel like they are heading towards that. And one thing I feel like ACCA should also be working on is bridging the gap between the theory part of it as
And the
well as what's actually happening out there.
practice.
And not only like with the papers, like in word forms, but more of an like hands-on basis, especially for audit. Why am I talking about audit? Because I am teaching audit. I'm actually talking to a lot of people, a lot of practitioners, a lot of educators, and also ACCA people to bring that on ACCA syllabus itself. Yeah, yeah.
Exactly. And I also believe like Gen Zs are not ready to have that monotonous schedule that maybe me as a last generation would have it. Like even I am okay with going to office, maybe not in next 5 years, but yes, today I don't think Gen Zs would ever, be ready to have this particular schedule in their life. They just need dynamic, they just need ever-changing environment
Exactly.
that dude today is different and tomorrow has to be different. This is how even startups are being built up, that by chance they build it. So it's a
Yeah,
first idea and everything that needs to be actually filled by ACCA. And yes, it is coming up a lot of things, they especially the app they have recently came up with. So that's something
yeah,
amazing. Wow, that's
yeah.
very so one of my guests actually, came into the podcast and he gave a very contradicting statement that they see, a peak. And yes, sometimes, you have this boom bane depression. So this is a boom period for ACCA. So I believe it's just the growing stage, boom is yet to come. So,
Ah, okay, 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 okay.
right. What do
Yeah.
you think about it? Is it like growing stage of ACC, or is it like boom where it has already reached its peak?
I feel like ACCA is there for very long period of time. My lecturers all did ACCA, and then whenever I meet my relatives, like they are aunties, they are really old, but they did ACCA and all of that. So it has been very, very long. And
Right,
to be very honest, ACCA branding is already there.
right, right.
Because of the branding, that's why people naturally come to ACCA.
Mhm.
But to be very honest, Ruchi, next coming 5 years, I will never know what's going to happen because it is all up to the younger generation. They
Right,
might just suddenly say, I don't need professional qualification at all. I can already become a very good expert in audit just by doing this and that.
that's
And I
right.
can already do all of that, right? We never know. And I think professional accountancy qualification, not only ACCA, I mean other professional qualifications as well. This is the problem they face. Because I had a conversation with the members. They were telling that, Lavanya, how are we going to understand the younger generation? Can you please tell us? Because I work with the younger generation, right? So they were asking the inputs. Because to be very honest, right, Richie, what happens is not many are actually completing the ICC exams.
I agree.
Yeah, to be very honest,
Maybe,
they just
yeah.
didn't one day. They just say, oh, later, 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 later.
Later, later,
Yeah, it's always later.
later. Okay, so that was very insightful. Now, since we have, 8 minutes left to our meeting, let's quickly do a rapid fire round. And this
Sure.
is, you need to be very attentive and you need to answer within 5 seconds. Okay.
Okay.
So, first question, double A or triple A, which is your favorite?
Triple A.
Okay.
Triple A.
Offline or online coaching, which is better?
Online coaching.
Okay. Self-studying or coachings as a student?
Coaching.
Okay. Which course would you like to cancel, postpone, and complete? ACCA, CPA, and CA.
CA to complete. ACCA to postpone. And the other one is to cancel.
CPA. Okay. Now, which one, according to you, is a better combination? Double A with FM or double A with FR?
Double A with FR.
FR, right. Either you do it before or you do it along with it. So that's actually
Yeah.
better. So that was it. It was super easy for you. I don't know why, but it was super easy for you. So that's, where the podcast has come to end. So how was your experience and which guest would you like to see next on my channel? Any suggestion?
Okay. I loved your podcast, Ruchi. It was very nice. It was very friendly based kind of a thing. Probably we were talking about similar age group and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So it was quite relatable, right? Okay, but the speaker that I wanted to talk about, or I want you to actually invite, is definitely from Malaysia. So
Okay.
you're going to get someone from Malaysia. His name is Mr. Nazimuddin. He's
Oh.
also in LinkedIn.
Mm-hmm.
He worked in Deloitte before, and then now he has his own firm, audit firm here in Malaysia, a small audit firm. And why I want you to interview about him is because every single day he talks about audit. Every single day he talks about accounting. Every single day he talks about clients. So even I learned a lot from him. I collaborated with him as well. So yeah, maybe that person would be the next one.
I'll definitely try to connect with him through LinkedIn and through you. Maybe he'll just agree to have a 30-minute conversation with me, hoping for best.
Yeah, he will. A
Yeah.
very nice person.
So thank you so much once again to actually, coming up and giving such an insightful podcast. Very, very insightful, I must say, especially that global part was super amazing. So thank you so much. And I wish to collaborate super soon with you once again. And to all my viewers, I'll see you in a 12th episode that will be coming up next week. So stay tuned, subscribe to my channel. Okay, have a great day. Bye bye.
Bye.